Hey gang, welcome to Transport Fever 2. The new summer update is out and about, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you will have seen it kicking around, doing its thing with a lot of other content creators. Now, just quickly, you can see here, it's got the updates on the screen here. I'm not going to go through and read them all for you, and you probably have seen them all. Just a couple of big ones is the shipping one, obviously, being able to direct ships where you want them using buoys, much like lane waypoints or waypoints that you use for trains. And there has been sort of waypoints that you can use on roads before, but it's a little bit more revamped this time. Also, there's the addition of town cargo, so the more a town can populate, when it reaches a certain level, it will demand more or different cargo types. So instead of having, you might start with 1 or 2 cargo types for industrial and commercial. You will now, once there's a higher tier of buildings and higher density and higher tier of buildings in that town, they will demand more or different resources, so you could end up with 3. Right, so let's have a look at that. The next one quickly: configure alternate terminals at stations to handle multiple vehicles and one line at the same time. So basically, if you've got like this 1, 2, 3, 4 station platforms, you can have a train so it comes in on one and goes out on another, but it also has the option to be on the other 2 now. So you can actually select all 4 stations for the trains, and if they're busy and you've got multiple trains on the stations, when the train's approaching, it will pick the least busiest platform and go on that. It just helps quicken the time of picking up passengers and not clogging up your lines so much as well. And then a couple of cool little things here, like sound your vehicle horn in the cockpit camera. We'll check that out because we do like to do a ride along. Place a whistle post along the track to make sure trains use their horns. Right, that's pretty cool. And use custom colors to set vehicle line colors. Yep, we know that. And then there's other improvements here for modding support and all that sort of stuff as well. And there's other improvements based on feedback. You'll see it in there, and we'll go through some of it when we're in there and have a look as we do the playthrough. But this playthrough, we'll go understood. This playthrough today is basically to check out. It's going to be no mods. This playthrough. This is a vanilla playthrough. We are going to go temperate, and we're going to go temperate extended. We're going to stick on a medium map. We're going to go format 1v1 medium industries. We are going to go medium. Now, the thing with industries in the update is that abandoned industries, but industries that don't get used a lot, they will eventually disappear. Now, you will get warnings up on the screen, but the other dynamic thing that happens with the dynamic feature is other industries will appear as time goes on. We are going to use the seed VAN123 HAM, then 123 ham, if anyone wants to play along, and these are the settings here for this build. Do we want a little bit more river, do we think? By the river, don't sing ham. It's really not giving us much, is it? I kind of wanted something up in the top corner here. Well, you got that. Well, that's a lot of water. Why have you made our river thingies go funny? Look, we might just take that. If you want to use the settings, here are the settings just here for our playthrough. So we're on medium, 1-to-1, medium. We're on text extended if you want to use that. That's our seed. And you can follow these all the way up if you want to play along at home. We will need to go, let's check next. We want to check out the settings. We want custom settings, I'm pretty sure. Let's check settings here. We're not using any mods. We don't want any of these enabled. Okay, so that's all right. Advanced settings, here we go. This is some of the new stuff as well. Vehicles, we are going to go all vehicles. Town names, we are going to go, it's going to go English. Environmental, temperate, yep. Difficulty, this is new as well, very hard. Now it always used to be easy, hard, medium. You can now take very hard. We're going to do, why is medium not up there and hard's down there? That's a bit weird. For this one, we are just going to go, you can adjust this as you go as well. So if you want to start off medium, you can adjust the difficulty as you play along and set it to go harder or smaller. Now, you can set also, these are your defaults here. You've got town growth settings down here, finances and stuff, right? So investment, infrastructure, maintenance, vehicle maintenance. So you can crank it all up to make it more expensive for everything or less expensive for everything. We're going to leave the cost of stuff where it is. But what I did want to look at here is town growth. So public transport between your towns. So if you've got two towns not connected and then you connect it via public transport, you can adjust how much or how little it will grow because of that public transport being connected, right? Influence the reachable destinations by public transport on town growth. So if we crank that to 200%, the destinations where they're connected, so at each end, destination A and destination B, are going to increase by 200% because there's public transport there. Same can be said for private transport. So if you've got them connected via a road, and they've got their own private cars, they can that'll increase that way as well. Cargo supply, same thing. You can decrease the percentage that the town grows. So it's just how it influences the crowd. Overcrowded stations, right? So you can see it hovers up anyway. Influence the overcrowded stations on town growth, traffic congestion, and emissions. What I might do is we might, because I would like to get some cranking cities. We are going to start fairly late on. We're going to start in the 1900s, basically. We're not going to start in the steam era for this playthrough. Cargo supply, let's get that because that would bring people in. Let's not so worry much about private. Traffic congestion, leave that, and emissions will leave. Okay, so I'll set those at about 150%. And mods, then we're not doing any mods like I said. Mods are active or advanced settings are modified. Achievements cannot be earned. I feel like that's not very fair at all, is it? Oh well, anyway. Okay, what we say, cargo. Right, so save that. We don't worry about that. So towns need cargoes. So here's some game options here as well. So we're actually, let's just start. We're going to start maybe 1920. Difficulty medium, we know that already. Industry closure frequency. So here it is here. Towns need cargo. Let's start here. So there's either 2 types of cargo, which is original, up to 4 types of cargo, or up to 6 types of cargo. So if you do your EPEC challenge, which is every product to every EPEC, isn't it? Every place, every connection or whatever. Basically, it's connecting every town with everything that they require. EPEC. I forget the actual acronym. It's basically connecting all your industries and all your towns together and making sure that they're supplied with everything, every town on the map, right? So that's the EPEC challenge. It'll come to me later. It eludes me right now exactly what the acronym is, but that's basically what it means. So we get 2 cargo types was the standard. You can have up to 4 now, which is what I was saying with that town growth. You can have up to 6. We will set it to up to 4. Industry closure, this is what I was telling you. So the industries that will, if they're being abandoned, they will never, you can just have it set like this is how it was originally, so they will never leave. You can have they'll rarely leave, sometimes, often, or very often. We might leave it on sometimes. Industry density target. Target value for number of industries. Medium. Yeah, okay, we set that already at the start. So we leave that at medium, I think. We won't have industry density target. We could have set it on low and had it at medium, but I think we'll just leave it at medium. Okay. I want to put this on sometimes just so we can see if it actually happens in our playthrough. Right, let's get started. Alright guys, so we're in the map here. Lovely to see. Look at it. This is our cheery little medium map. It's nameless. It is nameless to begin with. We'll call it Vanilla Summer Playthrough. Now, we do have to establish a spot. A couple of things before we get started. Hello little hanky. Couple of things you want to note here now without, no, we don't want that emissions layer. We want this one here, your HUD icon filter. This used to be, you have to change this all the time when you'd load back into the game. It would always be set like this. Whereas now you can set it to be, let's just leave it at that. So if these are the icons you want established, excuse me, and you close the game, save the game and close it down, when you load back in, they will still remain like that. Whereas in the past, they used to be all just ticked again. You'd have to reset everything. So that's a cool little feature that's been added. The other thing I want to make note is with the dynamic, or with the basically the tycoon elements of the game that start to come in, or the elements they're starting to apply. So we use Thatcham for an example here. So Thatcham at the moment require goods, right, and fuel. Okay. So we know that's their base staple, that's what they want. Now, as I said, when the towns grow and get larger, they start requiring more products. So they'll end up asking for three products and then 4 products, right? Now, the way to check that is you come to your land value commercial here and you can see different zones. So you know that this is residential green, you know that this is industrial, and this is commercial blue, yellow, and green, right? These 3 here. Now when they upgrade, so level 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see written there. At the moment we're probably 1s and 2s, mostly 1s, right? That is the demand for 2 goods. When you start getting to your 3s and 4s in your levels, in your buildings, so when it gets bigger and you get higher density buildings, better buildings, upgraded buildings, that's when the new products will start to kick in. Okay, so just something for you to note there as well. What are we going to do? We're going to look around the map and see where we can kick off a few things, right? This looks like a pretty good spot. We are sitting we've lost a little money due to interest, I think, because I was just trying to set a couple of things up while we've been going. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to start down here in Barton up and Humber. What a great name that is. Conmats is the order of the day. We can get them from here. We can get stone from here, send it to there, and put it into there. So what we'll do is actually, with this area, it would be good to set up a train station right at Barton, but I think we want to, like usual, I'm not going to muck around things too much the way I play the game. I want to set up a bit of a industrial hub and then look at filtering the products into town. I suppose we could... tough, because there's not a lot. There's only basically 2 products here. 2 final products here that and they're pretty close to town. We don't really need to establish a mega hub out and around, do we? Or we don't really need to actually establish it in there. Okay, let's first things first, let's give these guys a cargo terminal thing, right? So we'll put this in here. We'll put it about let's make it 20 meters. Yeah, 20. Let's establish it on the inside here. What's the furthest distance we can go? Wow, we can go right to there. We're not going to, though. That's kind of a little bit unrealistic. We are, however, going to set it like this. Okay, and then we're going to go configure. I do want one ways though. Let's make them come up and around and in that way. Oops. Okay. I forget the way that the actual... it's been a hot minute, so you just have to bear with me. Right, so we want you to have a nice little bend on you. Bend on you. Look, it's not the worst. Let's just say agree to disagree. Okay. New vehicles available. Perfect. Right, so that is our goods. We didn't need to do goods yet. Get rid of that. Okay, refund me everything in that. Why was I doing goods? We're doing this one over here. Hopeless. Hopeless hand, they call him. Right. Now let's get this in properly. Okay, spin it. Yeah, let's put it about there then. Okay, now let's configure it. We'll come in this way and we'll go out that way. Yeah, okay. Hopefully that is the correct way to go. I cannot remember always, and we want to establish it like that. We got better turns on that as well, okay? Much better. Perfect. Now, the good thing about the roadway waypoints, I mean, there was always waypoint signs you could put in, but you can now able to direct you. So if you've got vehicles or trucks or something, you want to avoid a certain route in town to avoid traffic. It might be a longer route, but it'll end up being a quicker way because the traffic through town is just ridiculous. So that's a thing also. I think we're going to establish a bit of a... Where is our... Okay, it's on basically this side of town. Let's just check these guys out. Residential's kind of really mixed all the way through. Right, where's our next town in conjunction with these guys? So Cleethorpes is over there and Sedgefield is over there. But that's a fair whack. That's a fair distance apart. Let's put in... Give me 320. Give me just 2 for the moment. And we're going to go about... Actually, we probably should just go here. Make these guys the main hub. Okay. We'll make them the main hub. That doesn't help you there. They can come in around and in if they need to. We can basically send trucks from here to there, so we want to do that. Or send a train. Train seems a little bit... bugger, put a train in. Okay. Right, we need one platform here. We will keep it at 320. First thing I will do though is give it a slight road. Wow, I like the sounds have changed a little bit. I like that. That's better. Give us a swizzle there, champ. Lovely. Tell your mother. Thanks, autosave. I probably could have lined that up a little bit better. We can make this track interesting. Interesting. Right. Lucky we've got a decently flat sort of a bit of land here. You really didn't set that up to be great, did you? No, I didn't. It is what it is. Deal with it. Okay, and do we want to run 2? We don't need to run 2 there. We can just run the 1. But I can show you. Also, you've got electric on that. That's okay. Run this out here. Okay, I can show you what it's like when we actually establish multiple trains coming in. Right, Next one is we can come from here or we can come from over there. We'll just come from here. We don't have to cross any roads then. How are we looking hill-wise though? Can we cut through this valley? We certainly can. Let's give these guys... Ooh, that's quite a dip though, isn't it? I think it's going to... Oh, that's a fair dip too. Let me just have a look at this. It is running down massively. Can we come around the back here then? Bring up your land tool. Okay, let's just do it. Let's plug it in. We might run the crocodile. Let's establish the train station and then we can run a road to it. Yeah, okay. Did you want to run a terminal there then? Well, we might be able to bypass other trains through it. That's not a bad idea. Although we might be able to feed these guys. Bring up your... They need to get to steel, but they don't need to go this way. No, okay. We can pretty much just run a terminus, I think. Okay. Keeping the track length the same because we might end up running some fairly lengthy tracks on here. Let's just see how that goes. Not too bad actually. I've got to be honest. There's a slight tunnel down here. What kind of a tunnel do we want? Ooh, the standard? Yep, okay. Plug it in. Make it happen. Right, the next thing we need to do is also give us this. Okay, let's now establish a couple of lines on in this town. What else do we want to do? Just maybe give these guys, start hokey pokey, dressing them up a touch. Let's get them growing out this way. Let's get things growing out this way. Let's get something interesting going on here, hey? I feel like someone's been playing too much City Skylines, haven't they? Yeah, maybe just a little. Okay. Building. Let's get this in here. Conmats are predominantly over this side of town, so we could actually encourage the growth. Oh, look at that. Encourage the growth to be over here. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll encourage the growth to be this way. First line. Line 1. It's always red. It's not always red, but it is Conmats. So we're going to go... what are we going to go? Conmats. Call it what it is. Conmat... what? Truck. No, don't do that. Go Barton. B-U-H. Truck. Yep. Okay. Give it that name. Perfect. We also need to get a depot on all those things. Oh, ladies and gents, it's good to be back. Now, if you are watching along, playing along, and you're interested, I do have the Lonely Pines playthrough, which is a heavily modded playthrough. Where do we want to put this? Let's just keep it down here. Let's keep it all together. Down here, out of the way. Tuck it out of the way. Yeah, so Lonely Pines playthrough, which I started at towards the end of last year anyway. There's about 59 episodes in that. You can go and check that out now and catch up because Season 2 has just kicked off. And we will be... cranking into that. We finished up Season 1 in 1970. Where do you want to put this? Over here somewhere. Yes, we finished up Season 1 in the 1970s. And we are now into Season 2. How does that look? Doesn't look hideous. Looks spot on. There, my friendo. And can we run one from about here? How are you looking? Pretty good. Okay. Now, do we want to give you the ability to do that? I need to redo that. Yeah, so I'll put the oh wait. At the end of the video, you'll see the link to that playthrough if you want as well. I'll put the link at the top right here, right now, of your screen. Look at the top right of your screen, and there will be the link to that playthrough. Otherwise, just go on the channel and check it out yourself. Okay. Now, what we want to do, I'm trying to just establish myself a bit of a switch. We'll go about there. We'll run a diamond switch. We don't really need to be doing this, but we just will for the moment. We'll just cross our T's and dot our I's. What are you, some kind of an English teacher? Not at all. English is my language, but it's not. I'm not great at it. I'm not fantastic at it. Right, lovely. Cool, bananas, motoramas. Now, here's where things can get a little bit fun now. Right, let's get the line in from here to here. Right, we're going to go some sort of a grey colour. I like these oh, you can have custom colours now. This is new, ladies and gents. This is new. How do we get the press shift to select custom colour? Okay, well, we don't need to do that yet. I just need a stony colour, basically, from there to there. Now, you'll notice here that it's coming into Barton Upper Humber on number 2, right? That's its preferred drop-off point. Okay, that's all good. Barton Upper Humber. We can now select this little icon here, this button here, and we can also give it the option to come in on number 1. Okay, right? So what it will do is when it comes, actually, we didn't need to put that in. I want to get rid of that. They've really upgraded the way you delete, the deletion button happens and everything, so you can actually just click on that junction and completely delete it now. I love that. I love it. I love it. Right, so we're not worried about that stuff at the moment. You can see here is probably going to be better if I make it like a pink line. You can see the dark pink line is the original platform that it prefers, but if the other train comes in and it's saying it's on platform 2, then the train coming from this direction will switch and go to the second preferred platform, which is a slightly duller color, right? Duller color. So that's how that all works now. Dynamic sort of train station, like the trains sort of think for themselves a little bit now. It just sort of speeds up. So it's just, if he's in here, you don't have this guy just sitting and waiting. He will just pick another station to come in on, right? So we're going to leave that at that. Put it back to about grey. We're going to call that, should give this a new name actually. We'll call this BUH. It sounds like an actual mining company. What are we saying? Stone. BUH. Let's call it Industries. And that's by train. Okay. BUH Industries. New line. We're going from here. Did I put in a passenger line? You did, Ham. Get rid of the new line. Get rid of the passenger train, you muppet. Wonder how many of you saw that and went, Ham, buddy. Buddy or friend or pal or buddy. Right, that plugs straight in. Beautiful, I love it when a thing works. Give me a lines, new line. Okay, so now we'll go from here. You'll see it happen with this orange one now. We'll do it with the orange one, right? So here's the, that's its preferred station. You can see them there. So if you have a train that's as long as the station, and the other train's in here, then it will just go like this. Okay, so in Barton Upper Humber, we'll go. You can also come in on 2, right? So you can see how that magic works. And you will also be like a more whitey color. Can't really see that. That's hopeless, isn't it? Give it a darker color. Right. It's the same color as the other one. What are you gonna do about it? So this one is coming. This is stone from Klee Industries. Oops. Sorry, I just had fat thumb syndrome there, son. I just kept hitting every other key but the one I wanted to. And we are by train. Gucci. Right. Let's buy some vehicles. Right, buy vehicles, and we want cargo, and, oh yes, let's go with the Mac. Let's get, let's say, return of the Mac. Start with 4. And let's set those guys on combat old matey. Right. Stone trains. Buy vehicles. We're going to need 2 of these. We want... I did want a diesel. We don't have diesel. We've still got steam. Steaming about the place. The good thing is that we've got fairly flat lines, so we could actually get away with some cheap steam. How much is the electric? It's the... okay, so the Mill W class EP2 is 2 million to run a year. The Crocodile is 1 million. Whereas if we went a steam variant, you're looking at like 699,000. This locomotive was copes, increasing freight traffic. Bang. These are our boys. Let's make them... let's leave them vanilla for a bit. Right. Cargo wagons. Wagons. We are just taking stone. So we just need these gondolas. 12. Is that them? Yep. Or let's give them... 144 capacity each. Let's drop some off. We can up them later. I think we'll just go with that. They're also very expensive. You might be starting with less there, champ. Yeah. We could get a loan. How many gondolas can we have before we can't? Maybe we'll have to go for a cheaper locomotive. Oh, now there's a thing you didn't really think about, did you? No. Right, we've got 4 million up the sleeve. I should have had it all paused while I did this. It's okay. That's 100. That's a freight. Let's go with the 10-wheeler. 2 million. Cargo. Let's get our gondolas. These are, ooh. What do we got? 40. Ooh, okay, we're gonna have to start with 3. Let's see if we can do this. Let's set it on this one. Right. And we're off. Right, let's hope that this little train with its small amount of wagons can make us some money. Let's speed things up a little bit. What we're going to do here shortly, let's just ride along with this and get it out the gate. What we are going to do very shortly is we are going to we're going to put in the track. Now, was it under signals, waypoints? Used for rerouting a line, can be added to a line like a station passing trains use the horn. This is the one we want, right? Pause. Not the way I wanted it to go. Okay, I wanted to actually use it as it's coming in. Let's put it here. So it's giving like, if there's ever a train coming this way, It just knows. Alternatively, let's give these guys one coming out as well. Where's their line at? Yeah. Okay. Coming this way. Okay. When they ever get one. Alright. Let's just hang with this train for a little bit to see if he utilizes his horn when it comes to him going past there. Now, 3 gondolas is not going to get us a lot of money. We might have to get a bit of a loan here. But hey, you got to start a certain way. I had aspirations of going fuel straight off the bat, but what I wanted to do was probably a little bit too much for just $10 million. And we could have had another gondola there if I had have actually paused things. Okay, let's see how much 3 gondolas worth makes us. We didn't even have a full load to start with anyway, so we would have been running at a loss as it was. Alright, here we go. When we get up closer, it'll be the moment of truth. We'll slow it down. Game's running absolutely beautifully with no mods. Alright, let's see if he makes his little horn signal. Hey! That's a cool little feature. I love it. Absolutely love it. Alright, let's see if we make a little bit of money here. Get in there now. Okay. $316,000. That's not too bad. If we can get a few more of those off the bat. Let's just hit the fast forward. Let's just slow you down to a quarter for the start with. Right. So that's going to take a little bit of time to get that under wraps. But the good news is these guys are starting to produce con mats and these guys are going to start delivering it. Right. So that's even better. Stored. What is it? 1-to-1. Okay, that's even better. So if we can get potentially more in, that's going to be good for us. What do we want to look at next is potentially... You know what? I was probably silly in the fact that I should have sent stone to that drop-off point and then used the cargo vehicles to send that. And I could probably do that. I could sell all this and reroute that train to go down there. Is that a smarter thing to do we think? Smarter thing is to borrow 2 million, pause it, manage the vehicle. Yep, manage it, and we'll put some more gondolas on it. And we're going to reroute it now. We're going to do that. Manage the line. No, hang on. We're going to switch you. Manage the vehicle. I want to set you on the Clee line. Thanks. So now he'll utilize that horn. We're actually going to... I was silly. I should have just set trucks on this line over here. Okay. Which is what we're actually going to do. Well, we've got some... Oh, we should get a refund on this. We'll get a refund on all this line, which will help. I hope we're getting refunds on it all. Are we not? We used to get refunds on things. Are we not getting refunds on it? Okay, so that was all redundant. We didn't need to buy that because I should have. I can't believe we didn't get a refund on any of that stuff. I guess it's all used and has been. Right. We'll probably get away with this for that much. Let's just see how we go. We've got it paused. Yep, okay. Let's establish ourselves a bit of a... We'll do this on the fairly cheap, I think, now. just for the moment. And what we might actually do is send this, configure that to have a entrance at the back. We might actually try and sneak a road around here. Right, and then down to here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a smarter thing to do. Let's now get rid of that. And we'll keep this called the same, but we'll actually call it truck. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, we didn't even need to use the bypass for it, so we've just bypassed the town by doing that. Now, it might have taken the route of coming straight up here, but we could have actually probably redirected it to come this way. Either way, I'm happy with that. Right, how much money we've got? We've still got 260 in the bank. Buy some vehicles. These ones, how much are they each? 4, 5. That's it. Set online. Yep, perfect. So, are those trucks going to be able to... I didn't even check that to make sure that they could take all... They can take all cargo, so that's perfect. Okay, that's lucky. So what they're going to do is they're going to drop off to there, they're going to bring it in here, and they're going to take stone back, right? So they've got a two-way trip, so we're doubling up on our money with these guys, and these guys are just a one-way adventure. Right. That's it for today's episode. Join us next time where we crack into this little vanilla playthrough, and look at this little old fella. Come on mate, what do you got? I think we should just end up taking out a bit more loan and getting him sort of ranked up to the hilt. What do we reckon? These guys are production. They're not producing that much. They're really not. I don't know if he's actually made it all the way down there yet, though. That's the thing. Right, how many? I think that was his first load. And our trucks are still heading down to there. Right, so we'll check on that next time out, and then we'll look at where we're going to build next. But I hope you've enjoyed today's kickoff episode. Let's get a bit of, as he comes in to give us a signal. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Transport Fever 2, the summer update, the 2022 summer update. On our vanilla playthrough down here. Don't forget, if you want to play along and you want to check it out, all the information is at the start there. You just have to pause it and check it out for yourself. Top right corner, check out the Lonely Pines playthrough. I'll put the tab up there, you can check that out. And that's it. Stay safe wherever you are, stay glued to your screen, have fun with the new update on Transport Fever 2. I'll see you guys next time. I think next time I'll see you will be on Farming Simulator, and then we're back to Lonely Pines, and then we'll be back here on the summer update. What should we call it? Summer fun. Maybe we'll call it that. See you back here for some summer fun.